1148. Your pain-relieving back brace may be covered by Medicare.
All right, guys, stand by on the open.
Call our hotline now and get free shipping, plus a complimentary, easy-to-use pedometer. 800-507-1148. 800-507-1148. 800-507-1148. Little to no cost with full insurance payment, copay, and deductible supply promo subject to qualification while supplies last.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports on Sports Byline SB Nation Radio Network on the American Forces Network. Also, you can find us on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined by my two co-hosts, Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. Guys, really quick before I throw you the ball, Rick, you lit it up last night in the NBA with Portland Lakers under Utah. You had under in Wisconsin, and then we lost a little bit on Vanderbilt. So we had a pretty decent day, guys.
Yeah. Overall, yesterday was a very good day. I actually felt bad because you said you were on Baylor, and I think I talked you off of that one. But, everything else we got there. My three NBA plays all came in. Portland won outright as a money line dog, about plus 350, plus 375. Lakers almost won as a money line dog. They were winning the entire game and lost at the buzzer on a three-pointer, but at least we covered the 4.5 and didn't have to worry about losing in overtime because we know we never have enough points going to overtime. We talked about that many times in the past. So 4.5, no chance we would have covered that. And then the Miami under, that Wisconsin game.
Yeah.
Started off 14-0, about 3.5 minutes in. Like, we're already dead in this total, and next thing you know, we have 3 points the rest of the half. And did you actually see the end of that game? We never discussed that. Did you see what happened at the end of that game?
No. What happened?
Brian, did you see that?
I did not, no.
Okay, so Wisconsin was up 14-3 at the half. They got another touchdown early third quarter, make it 21-3. Another touchdown mid-late fourth. You know what? Let's talk about this after the break. There's actually an interesting story.
I mean, yeah, we can start on that when we go, but we actually got about 30 seconds on this one. So let's recap a little bit. That's what happened yesterday. Today, I think we gave out Purdue, so we're going to probably lay an early egg there.
That's not going to win. Yeah.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about the finish of the Wisconsin game. Brian's got some good stuff. And let me see. Okay. Oh, and I laid an ice egg on Carolina, of course. Boy, I gotta start watching my hockey a little bit. But folks, we'll be back. We got to take a small time out. Fifth Street Sports. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back shortly.
All right, take Frankie's mic down a couple of notches. Okay, it's really booming.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt in you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. $1 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation.
Yeah, Frankie's mic was kind of booming there, so just a couple clicks.
Now, we work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063. It has been said that everyone has a book in them. But do you have the time or the ability to write your book? Maybe you picked up some skills or had a life experience that you want to pass on in the form of a book to help others. Maybe you want to leave an autobiography for your family. Or maybe you've built a successful business and you want to share your story. At Dorrance Publishing Company, we have professional writers who can help turn your book idea into a finished manuscript quickly and affordably. A Dorrance ghostwriter can provide as much or as little help as you need to complete your book. You'll work directly with your ghostwriter to finish your book faster than you ever could on your own. It's easy to become a published author. Call Dorrance now to learn more. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. 800-485-6003. Call right now. That number is 800-485-6003.
Our friends at Transatlantic Real Estate have created a unique investment opportunity that combines legal marijuana and crowdfunding. Now, after you let that sink in for a second, think about the growing momentum around legal marijuana in this country. It's been all over the ballot. If you are an investor, there has never been a better time to get in the game. However, as markets grow, so does the barrier to entry, which means it will take millions, if not billions, to invest, not to mention the risk of starting a new venture. That's what makes this opportunity so special. Transatlantic Real Estate is different. They buy land that supports marijuana grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. Did you get that? You're investing in the landlord of a licensed marijuana farm. The best part is, they're using crowdfunding to make it easy for the average person to get in before they take the company public. So for a limited time, you can invest as little as $300 up to $10,000. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. Get in the game. Do it now.
Folks, we're back. Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, Florida Rick. He's going to give us a recap on the ending of this Wisconsin game. So tell us how this went down, Rick.
Yeah, we didn't. It didn't factor in the spread or the total, so that's why we probably didn't discuss it earlier. But it did affect the second half total. So the second half total was 20.5. There was actually a big steam to the under, so it closed around 20.5, minus 120, minus a quarter. Wisconsin was up 14-3 at the half. They got a touchdown mid-third quarter to go up 21-3. They got another touchdown about 10 minutes left in the game to go up 28-3. So all second half bets now, you're under 37.5 in the game. And so Miami gets the ball, do nothing. They punt. Wisconsin gets the ball back. 4 or 5 minutes left in Miami territory. Actually, I think Miami went for it. So Wisconsin ends up getting a first and goal at the Miami 5 with about a minute 45 left. Now, Miami's got all their timeouts, but they're not going to use them. They're down 28-3. Wisconsin can just take a knee, two knees, I think, maybe 3, and the game's over. Instead, they're just running the ball. They're not doing anything fancy, but they're still running the ball up the middle. Finally, they end up with a third and goal at the 1 yard line. The clock is around 45 seconds. The play clock's at 40, so they can't run it out, but, they just take one knee. And they're, like I said, the one, maybe like the 3/4 yard line. The coach is, I guess the quarterback's looking at him, like, what do we do? What do we do? Finally, you can see the excitement on his face as the coach must tell him, run it in, try to get a touchdown. So they hand it off to the back, and he stumbles in with 8 seconds left in the game. They kick the extra point, and Wisconsin wins 35-3. Needless to say, I don't think Miami coaches and players were very happy about that. But, if there's ever a team that maybe deserves something like that, it may be the Canes for everything, they did throughout their history.
For sure, yeah. If there's one team that deserves it, that's the U. That's for sure. Hey, Frank, do you know what is coming up on Monday?
Monday? Well, they expect 375,000 people here for New Year's Eve in Vegas.
Besides that, on Monday, is that going to be our soccer show on Sirius? No. Besides that, it's Monday is NFL head coaches get fired day.
Oh, my.
It's a slaughterhouse usually on Monday. I was just wondering, do you have any guys, if you had to guess right now, who's the first 1 or 2 guys to go if you had to guess?
Okay, so it's a slaughterhouse. So on the hooks coming through to get chopped off, who would we put on there? Gosh. Well, I mean, you got to have off the top of my head, I don't know anybody.
I got to think that Dirk Cutter's got to be a strong candidate to get fired, and I would say Vance Joseph probably as well, and Rick's favorite, Todd Bowles, probably on that list.
Todd Bowles, yeah. I think Todd Bowles has to be first on that list. The guy's been around 4 years now.
So, yeah. So you think those 3 got the biggest target on them, right?
Yeah, maybe it's going to be interesting in Cleveland to see what happens with Greg Williams because he's done such an incredible job. But if they don't fire him immediately, then it becomes really hard to make a move. And they start interviewing other people with him as the backup. That never looks good. Never turns out well. They got to be decisive and either fire, either announce that the job is open or not. I don't know what they'll do. I kind of think that he's done a great job, but I think they could get a better coach.
So those are the ones that are going to get fired. Who do you think that was on the bubble that are going to get extensions because they've overachieved or done a good job?
Or possibly have naked photos of the owner.
With farm animals, right?
With farm animals.
Yeah.
And the winner of that category seems to always be Jason Garrett. And I suspect he's like Rasputin. You just think he's done, and he manages to stick around another day, another year. I know in Oklahoma, they're really, really watching that job because they're fearful that Jerry Jones will come after Lincoln Riley with a big bundle of cash if they do make a move. Not sure I would want that job if I'm Lincoln Riley, but yeah, Jason Garrett's the guy that somehow manages to escape another year. He's the winner of that question every year.
So, speaking of Jason, go ahead, Rick.
I was going to say, I think a couple other guys that could be on the hot seat. Well, the first one is Marvin Lewis. He's been around for so long. I think he's been around 15 years. He's never really done anything. Yeah, he's got to the playoffs a couple times right away in the first round, but they're never go direction. I think it's possibly time for a change in Cincinnati after all these years. Let's get a fresh start over there. The players, the fans, I'm sure would all agree. He's a very nice guy, but I just think it's time maybe for him to step down and get some new blood in there. But then a couple other guys, Jacksonville, with everything they've been through last year, you thought, they just turned the corner. This team, they may be a Super Bowl contender this year. Everyone thought they were going to be, top two in the conference and playing for the Super Bowl instead.
Yeah, I liked them.
Instead, they're 5-10.
Thank you. I liked them. You're right.
You can't even really say that it was injuries.
Yeah, no, they totally regressed. I was on the bandwagon when they beat New England in Week 3. I thought, man, this is it. This team is going to end up playing Kansas City in the AFC Championship, and they really disappointed. Well, what about of old quarterbacks, right? Of the senior quarterbacks in the league, Eli. It's funny that you even put Eli in the category because he stinks. I don't think he should even have a chance to come back. But let's take the three guys that are potentially have a chance to win a championship: Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady. Can you see one of those guys, if they were to win a championship, retiring? Which of those three would be most likely to walk away if they won a championship?
I don't think any of those three leave.
I don't either. I think
the favorite would probably be Drew Brees.
I think Brees is Brees the youngest of those. He's only 38, I think, right?
God.
But he's such a incredible.
I think Rivers is younger. I think Rivers is a year or two younger. Yeah, because remember Rivers was drafted, and the Chargers already had Drew Brees for a couple of years.
Oh, of course. Remember? Right. Yeah, you're right. And of course, Rivers has like 37 children, so he probably needs to work.
No. He's actually working on his 9th right now. Come on, you're just going way over.
Holy cow, 9 of them.
They're really pregnant with their 9th, and he's like 36 years old. Yeah, but and he commutes every day from San Diego to LA.
But if Pittsburgh was to make it, I would have said Roethlisberger is a clear choice to retire if he wins it. If Pittsburgh was to make it.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Hey, but how do you like this? I was, speaking of Eli, and because I was just thinking, wow, is Eli a Hall of Famer or Flacco a Hall of Famer? When I read up on some stats, Flacco's got, I think, I don't know if it was through last year, 35,000 passing yards. I don't think that quite makes it. But does Eli really have over 55,000 passing yards? I mean, could that be possible?
Wow. He's been around a long time. I don't know. I wonder if there is a category for most balls thrown at people's feet under pressure. Eli might have that one in the bag. I don't think that's like an unbreakable. That's an unbreakable number.
Yeah, but so now, if you guys, let's say you guys were the two last writers, and then we're voting for Cantor, and he's got to get at least one vote to get in. Would you put Eli or Flacco in the Hall of Fame if you were the last?
I wouldn't put either one in, honestly.
Definitely not Flacco. Eli did win 2 Super Bowls. If he got in, it would be because of the Manning name. That's what I think.
Boy, that's close. But definitely you would put Rivers in, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. So
that's not even a question.
Boy, that's scary. So when we come back, guys, we're going to do a little NFL mock scenario, some playoffs, what the lines would be. If nobody gets hurt and the supposed teams that win go forward. So we got to take just a small timeout. Back in 3 minutes. Fifth Street Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Clapper, Chief of Orthopedic.
Hey, Frank. Frankie?
Hello?
Hey, Frank?
Yeah?
55,680 yards.
Wow, I cannot believe that.
358 touchdowns. And let me see what the other one is here. Oh, 230 interceptions, rating 84.1.
Oh, thank you very much. So 55,608 and 358 6'8" and 358 touchdowns.
Huh?
Wow.
Yeah, that's the dig on him.
Okay, thanks, brother.
And he had this past season he had a 92.7 rating, although he only threw for 19 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'll bring that right up when we start up.
Slightly under 4,000 yards this year by 2 yards. 3,998 this year.
Boy, that's scary how he does that. Thanks.
For less than $3 a pill. If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992. Want to fly somewhere? Looking for cheap flights or cheap tickets? Then call. That's right. Call the low-cost airline travel hotline now for prices so low we can't publish them anywhere. Low Cost Airlines has all kinds of cheap travel deals. Fly domestically and save up to 75%. You can even fly internationally and save even more. Yes, fly anywhere in the world and save a lot of money on your plane tickets. We'll even save you money with cheap travel deals on hotels, rental cars, even complete travel packages. So don't book your tickets until you call us first for the absolute cheapest prices on U.S. and international airline tickets and hotels. Call right now for prices so low they can't be published. Travel experts are here 24/7 to help. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. 800-754-4531. That's 800-754-4531.
All right, guys. Fifth Street Sports. Frank Perez here with Oklahoma Brian and Florida Rick. Guys, the network did a little research for us during the break. Eli, 55,608 passing yards, 358 touchdowns, and 230 interceptions. I don't think we're going to be able to keep him out of Cantor. You know that?
Ken.
They have a stat.
Ken.
Hello?
You can. I said you can only keep me out of Cantor, but Canton he can get into.
Oh, Canton, yeah. I keep thinking of Cantor. Yeah, that's right. They kept you out of that's Cantor Gaming, by the way, folks. So so this guy's gonna. I mean, this year he's got 4,000 yards. Boy, he's gonna at 60,000 yards. I don't think it's almost like 500 home runs or 3,000 hits, right?
Man, I'm just. I don't know. I'm not. Good thing I don't have a vote. I like him. I like his commercials. I think he's a likable guy. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. But, the standard of what a Hall of Famer is changes. I definitely don't think Flacco's a Hall of Famer. You know who's a Hall of Famer? And it's crazy because he's only 29 years old. But Justin Tucker, to me, feels like he's going to be the quickest path to a Hall of Famer that a kicker's ever had. I mean, is it possible for a kicker to be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Well, sure. I mean, I think Garo Upremium and these guys were, right?
I don't know about Garo, but maybe Morton Anderson, George Blanda.
Oh yeah.
There's not many.
Who's that? Jan Stenerud.
How about Janikowski's going to make it right away?
He's not a very likable guy. I don't know about him.
Hey guys, let me interrupt you real quick for a second. We got a message on Fifth Street through our Fifth Street social chat feed from YouTube, and I'll pull this up for you to read, or I'll read it to you, Frank. And it's from Billy Donlin, and he's saying that he's alive with one teaser with Penn State, with Wisconsin, but lost one with Purdue today.
Okay, that's our Big Ten teaser guy, right?
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Well, congratulations on him hitting.
I think Billy's going to have to take the class again. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he ever actually took it.
No, Billy's been with us since day one. Boy, he's a charter member. I'm telling you. Billy's one of our biggest fans.
I think he's in 5th grade, maybe 4th.
There's no way. He's too yeah, well, you never know, but he's too ballsy to be that young. But hey, what I was going to ask you. All right, guys, so let's do some mock playoff scenarios and some forward lines on if games go. Let's start. What do you want to start with, AFC or NFC?
NFC.
Okay. What's it look like in the NFC right now as far as nobody getting hurt?
Okay, I think we pretty much have we have a very good picture of what's going to happen in both conferences. Just a couple weeks ago, there were so many teams jumbled together. Like, oh man, week 17, you're going to have every game is going to mean something because every team other than the Cardinals and the Buccaneers are going to have a shot. But when everything work itself out, there's only a few games now that truly matter in terms of getting in. And in the NFC. We have the Minnesota. Well, Seattle's already in. As long as they beat Arizona as a 13-point favorite, they'll secure the 5 seed. Minnesota has the 6th seed right now. If they can beat the Bears, they're in. If they lose to the Bears, the Eagles will surely beat the Redskins and they'll be in. So it looks like let's assume Minnesota will beat Chicago because who knows? If the Rams are up early, 21-0, the Bears will probably pack it in the second half like we were talking about earlier this week. And so it looks like it's going to be, so assume that all the favorites are going to win. It'll be Seattle at Dallas, and it'll be Minnesota at Chicago. So it looks like those two teams, very good chance, are going to play consecutive weeks.
Okay, so let's start off with the easy game, and that's the Vikings at the Bears. I think that's kind of a no-brainer line. What do you make that, Rick? What would you make it, Frank?
I would make the Bears 3.5. 3.5, 4.
Okay. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. I said 3.5 or 4. Yeah, so I would probably lean to 3.5, but 4 would work too. I can't see it being any higher. I can't see it being any lower.
Okay, what about Dallas? Seattle at Dallas.
That one's tricky. Well, give me I want to hear what you think right out of the gate because I know that Rick and I disagree on this one a little bit.
I'm going to make it Dallas minus 3 minus 115, and the total 43.
I think there's going to be a lot of Seattle money on this game, and I don't think there's any way it could be 3. I think it's somewhere between. I almost think there's a chance. Yeah, I would say it's going to be between Pick'em and 2, and I prefer Pick'em. I actually think I like Seattle in this game. What do you think, Rick?
I made Dallas a 2.5 point favorite. I can't see it hitting 3, but I still think you have to make them a favorite at home in this spot in the playoffs. I know Seattle is the kind of the it team, but still you're traveling in the road the first round, and it's going to be hard to ever make a road team favorite in this first round. And we're going to get to the AFC in a minute, but me and Bri had a an interesting thought on the same thing with the San Diego when they play at either Baltimore or Pittsburgh. So we'll talk about the AFC in a sec. But yeah, I think you still have to make Dallas a small favorite, whether it's 1.5, 2, 2.5. I just don't think it could hit 3.
Yeah, that's pretty easy there. Now we go, and but the one thing about Dallas, remember, Dallas is like that girl in college. If they drink, you win. If they don't drink, you lose. They don't play well on the road. Definitely do not play well on the road. But at home, they're a completely different team.
Yeah.
So you got to watch that. Okay, so now we go to the AFC. All right, what's in the hopper there?
So
you want to start off with the AFC South inbred special game?
So
okay.
Yeah, well, Houston's clinched this playoff spot. If they win the division and lock up the 3 seed. If somehow they win and New England loses, they would actually get the 2 seed and a bye. But I don't think New England's going to lose at home to the Jets. So let's assume New England wins. They're the 2 seed. KC has to just beat Oakland, and they're automatically the 1 seed. Of course, somehow if they lose and San Diego wins against Denver, which is a game we talked about earlier this week, then San Diego would get the Chargers would get the 1 seed. I think we've said San Diego a combined 648 times this year between the 3 of us.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's assume that KC's the 1, New England's the 2, Houston wins at home against Jacksonville, so they'll be the 3, and then you have Baltimore. If they win, they're the 4 seed and they win the division. If they lose and Pittsburgh beats the Bengals as a 14.5 point favorite, then they'll be the 4 seed, and that's going to be a tough game for Baltimore. Browns. They're going to be playing this game all out. They're going to be playing to win, and I think it's a really close game. So by no means do I think Baltimore's locked up to this division. The Chargers have locked up the 5 seed as long as KC wins, and then the 6 seed will be the winner of the Tennessee-Indy game, which is a Sunday night game. And so let's assume that all the favorites win. We're going to have the Tennessee-Indy winner will be at Houston, and then the Chargers will be at Baltimore/Pittsburgh. And that's the game that I was talking about earlier, where me and Bri were really trying to figure out who's even favored. San Diego against, let's say San Diego at Baltimore. What do you make that line, Frank? And maybe San Diego at Pittsburgh. I think they're kind of interchangeable, but what do you think about those two?
No, San Diego, Pittsburgh. Believe it or not, if Pittsburgh gets in there, I'm going to make Pittsburgh 3. 3?
No way. No. I'm going to make it pick 'em if Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh's not getting in there, but if they do, I say pick 'em. I would bet San Diego on the opener and pick 'em. That's how much I like San Diego.
Okay. What about San Diego at Baltimore? Oh wait, well Rick, what do you make it? San Diego at Pittsburgh?
I would kind of split the difference between you guys. I think Pittsburgh would still have to be a favorite, but it would be south of 3. I'd probably make it either 1.5 or 2. But
oh my gosh,
I would lean.
That would be a Wong bonanza.
Oh yeah.
San Diego up off of.
I just don't know how many other teams will be able to tease it with, since there's only 4 games. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to.
You're right. But this highlights the importance of having open teasers in the postseason. You can do a lot of damage in the postseason with open teasers, because these 1.5 point dogs are just absolutely phenomenal in Wongs during the playoffs. But you do need the open spots. Okay, so we disagree on Pittsburgh. We make it anywhere from pick 'em to what, 2, 2.5?
Frank said 3.
Yeah, I said 3. So
okay.
so now let's say San Diego at Baltimore. What do you make it?
Okay, you want to start off on that one, Frank?
San Diego at Baltimore. I'm going to make Baltimore a 3.
I'm going to make Baltimore a 2. Well, okay. Who would you make favored in a neutral site between Pittsburgh and Baltimore right now?
Oh wow, Baltimore by
for sure.
Yeah, minus 2, 2.5, 3.
Yeah, so that
Pittsburgh.
You're just scared of Pittsburgh.
They've been playing well. So anyway, get back to my point. I would make San Diego Baltimore pick 'em. That's what I would make.
San Diego Baltimore pick 'em, and then of course the Houston Tennessee 3. Yep, I know. Hey guys, we got 30 seconds, but you know what I was going to tell you, Brian? If a lot of these games end up on this 3, do you think that a Wong Jr. in the playoffs is almost as strong as a regular Wong in the regular season?
For sure, it is. Yeah, 100%. Play every Wong Jr. in the playoffs.
So, but now, gosh, wouldn't you take the 3 to? Is it worth taking the 3 to a 10 on a 7-pointer, or is this too much juice for that point?
Too much juice.
Too much juice.
Just try to get the standard juice that we talk about every week.
All right, guys, we've got to take a small timeout. 5th Street Sports. We'll be right back. 3 minutes. We've got some real good stuff in the hopper for you, so stay tuned.
Attention to anyone that's
All right, guys, sounding good.
write a book. The process is not that complicated. Take a first step. Even if you write a page a day, you'll build momentum and your book will become a reality. The hard part is getting it published. That's when you need to call Page Publishing. They've got hundreds and hundreds of thank yous from different new authors, just like you. They make the process of publishing your new book and getting it sold online a simple process. You can learn how simple it is right now by calling for your free Page Publishing New Author Submission Kit. One quick 3-minute phone call, that's all it takes to get free information and learn how you can get your book published. Pick up your phone right now and call us 24 hours a day at this number. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. 800-603-0885. That's 800-603-0885.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now, so please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Guys, it's 5th Street Sports with Frank Perez, Oklahoma Brian, and Florida Rick on Sports Byline, SB Nation Radio Network. And it's Friday. We're going to give our best 5 picks. Each of us are going to go in order with 5 selections in the NFL and the bowl games that are this week. So, Rick, you're in the small blind. What do you? Or in the big blind? What are you going to go with?
All right, so I guess I'm first to act. Yeah, we're going to take our picks between the bowl games and the NFL in Week 17. Since I'm starting, I'm going to start with a bowl play, which I really like, and that is on that's the Peach Bowl, and it's tomorrow, and it's Florida getting 6 against Michigan in Atlanta, noon Eastern start. We really like the Gators here. I like them plus the points. I like them money line. I expect them to win this game, and that's going to be my first selection.
Okay, we got Florida. All right, I got to take notes, guys. So we're going to have to regrade this whole contest. All right, Brian, you're in the hot seat.
Well, now Rick is not eligible for a championship. He's like a college team that's been put on probation. He cannot win the championship.
I'm like SMU. I'm like SMU during when they have the death.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go to the NFL and take a game, snatch a game that I know you guys both want, and that's the way I roll. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers plus 7.5 against the Saints.
Yep, you took that one right away from me. Wow. Well, with that being said, you guys, I'm going to take one of my favorite picks this week, and that's going to be the Denver Broncos at home getting 6.5. Denver Broncos at home getting 6.5.
They're taking all my picks, and I guess we're probably going to be taking each other's picks here today. All right. Well, since it's my turn, you guys both picked my 2 favorite NFL selections. I'm going to stick to bowl games, and I'm going to take another game, which is on Monday afternoon. And I'm going to take Oregon, minus 2.5 over Michigan State. This game being played in Santa Clara, so it's almost like an Oregon home game, beside the national championship as well. It's a noon local start. I think Oregon's been playing really well. I've lost lots of respect for Michigan State this year, the way they've played. They're really not deserving of being in a bowl game, but since the Big Ten and SEC get pretty much every team in bowl games anyway, they're there. I think Oregon here is a 2.5-point favorite. This is a very, very small line, and I like them a lot. So Oregon's my second play.
Okay, Brian?
Well, while we're going to bash the Big Ten, no one likes bashing the Big Ten more than me. And having watched this Auburn-Purdue game, I'm going to have to jump on the bandwagon, and I'll take Kentucky plus 6.5 against Penn State.
Oh.
Thank you. Billy's going to.
Frank has been giving out that pick for about half. Kentucky and Duke.
Oh my gosh! Well, you guys, I'm going to the NFL, and I'm going to take the Niners plus 10 because I think this is both of these games that I just gave out, the Chargers and the Niners. I think those lines would be right around that, anyways, if it had nothing to do with end of the season. I just believe that if Minnesota's beating the Bears in this game, that the second half. Rams are going to let up. I mean, they're not going to let up. They're just not going to suit anybody. And the same thing with the Broncos against the Chargers. If Kansas City's beating Oakland really bad, the Chargers aren't going to go all out at Denver. So there's mine. All right, now you're up, Rick.
Okay. All right. Well, for my fourth selection, I'm actually going to finally go to the NFL, and I'm going to take a game I've been talking about all week, which I think is going to be very close, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win as a 6-point dog. But I'm going to take Cleveland, the 6-point dog at Baltimore. As we know, Baltimore needs this game to win the division. It's a win you're in, lose you're out game for Baltimore. But Cleveland's been playing so well. Baltimore's been been winning, but they're not winning by a lot. And I think this game is going to be decided by a field goal either way. And I love getting the 6 points here at Baltimore.
Well, Cleveland beat them earlier in the year, 12-9.
Yeah.
So they can beat them. All right. So Brian, what do you guys? I mean, there's such few games. If we have to repeat ourselves, then if the listeners are really paying attention, if we double down on some of these games, I would make them extra good.
I'm not voting for him for the Hall of Fame, but I am going to bet on him this week. I'm on Eli Manning and the New York Giants laying 5.5 in a game that means nothing to Dallas. They're probably going to make an effort to get Barkley over 2,000 yards. But other than that, this is going to be a kind of a end of the year slumber party for the Giants. Cowboys could care less about this game.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys, with that being said, well, Brian, I can't let it go, buddy. I'm going to have to take Carolina plus 7.5 also. That's just too sweet.
Oh,
That's just too sweet, buddy. That's just too sweet. Carolina plus 7.5. And here's the thing, too. If you were going to bet New Orleans, I would only bet New Orleans in the first half because no way they're playing Breeze in the second half.
right.
So
Exactly.
I'm going to go with Carolina plus the 7.5.
I like Bryce Angle in this game where they may try to get Taysom Hill in NFL or Guinness Book of World Record and maybe try to play him at all 22 positions at some point during the game. That would be very exciting for the players, the fans, Taysom Hill's family, his friends. Let's see if we can get a petition starting that. So, love to see it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, as for selections, for my fifth selection back to college, I'm going to go to the Sun Bowl on New Year's Eve day, and here's a game where I'm taking Stanford -5 against Pitt. I just think Pittsburgh is kind of a disgusting team. I don't think they belong in a bowl game, but since these power conferences get so many teams in, I'm going to take Stanford. Stanford's discipline. They're going to kind of punish Pittsburgh in the run game, even without Bryce Love, just their offensive line should control the game, and defensive line for that matter too. And I think Stanford should win this game by double digits. So that's going to be my fifth selection.
That game is actually on my bucket list. I've always wanted to go to a Sun Bowl for some weird reason since I was a little kid. I'm not sure if I'll ever make it to El Paso on New Year's Eve. I'm going to go and fade a team that I've made so much money fading them this year. I saved it for my last pick because I knew you guys didn't like this game and weren't going to pick it. But I'm going to take the Missouri Tigers. I'm going to lay 9 against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's locker room is not in a good way. There's lots of guys that announced that they're not playing the game. Rumors of a lot more guys that could be transferring after the year's over. I see nothing positive about Oklahoma State. I could see Missouri scoring 60, 70 points easily in this game.
Wow. Well, you guys, I'm going to take your Miami Dolphins plus 5.5 against Buffalo. I don't think I think this game, it doesn't mean anything to either team, but they're going to play hard, and Miami at least wants to get out of here 8-8 this year. So I'm going to take the Dolphins plus 5.5.
Okay. The only thing that scares me about that one, Frank, is Florida teams playing in cold weather in December have had one of the it's one of these stats that it'll boggle your mind when you see it, between like Miami, Tampa Bay, and Jacksonville, what they've done when they played like sub 32-degree temperatures, in their lifetime since the inception of these teams. It's got to be where they're somewhere in the 10 to 15% cover range, or maybe the 20% cover range. It's sick, but yeah.
My favorite is when the Dolphins occasionally you'll see like one like tough guy in the locker room tell everyone, hey, we're just going to wear no undershirts, just bare arms, just to show Buffalo that we're not intimidated by this cold weather. We don't get cold, and they usually get trounced when that happens. I'm always eager to see how the Dolphins come out of the locker room. If they're a bunch of freezing cold guys with no undershirt on, or if they actually have enough sense to wear Under Armour or something.
Okay, so Rick, now you're up, buddy.
Okay, well, those were our 5 selections. I think should we just stick to 5? But
no. You've only given out Florida. You gave out Florida, Oregon, Cleveland, and Stanford. You need one more.
Oh, okay.
You need one more, right?
I thought I gave out 5, but
no.
Now you're making
Florida,
me think.
Florida, Oregon, Cleveland, and Stanford. You need one more there, brother.
All right. I got one ready to go if you're not ready.
Go ahead. No, I got one. I'm going to go to the playoff, and I'm going to take Alabama laying 14. Once they get rolling, maybe they don't take them 2 or 3 possessions. They're never going to get stopped, and they will. Oklahoma will score points, but they're not going to be able to keep pace with them. Especially come late second quarter and the entire second half. So I'm going to take Alabama laying 14.
Okay, what about you, Brian?
I'm going to take UCF plus 7.5 against LSU. This game were played in October, November, September, any month that's not that's not January, I'd be all over LSU, but just feels like a game of extra significance to UCF and not so much for LSU.
Okay, my fifth pick is going to be Jacksonville getting 6.5 against Houston. I'm gonna live and die with this Jacksonville to the end of the year. So there, I've got five NFL dogs. Okay, so let's recap this. Rick, you got Florida +6, Oregon -2.5, Cleveland +6, Stanford -5, and Alabama -14. Okay, here's you, Brian. Carolina 7.5, Kentucky 6.5, which I don't need to use Kentucky because I've used them for the since Thanksgiving. So, yeah, it is. So Carolina 7.5, Kentucky 6.5, Giants -5.5, Missouri -9, UCF +7.5. Is that right?
That's it.
Okay. Here's mine: Broncos +6.5, Niners +10, Carolina +7.5, Miami +5.5, Jacksonville +6.5. I took all pigs, my friend. I went to the pig farm in the NFL because I believe that this week there's going to be a lot of shenanigans going on.
Quick question. If you had to pick the rookie of the year in the NFL, who are you picking? It's pretty much a two-man race at this point with Baker Mayfield and Saquon Barkley.
I'm going to go with I'm going to go with Mayfield. It's close.
It's close. I lean Mayfield too, although it's hard considering that he missed the first 4 or 5 games this year. But
4.5 games,
yeah, I think
it's hard not
to. Yeah,
they have.
But
what are they now? 7-1.
Yeah, that's right. But look at Barkley's on the edge of going over 2,000 yards as a rookie, so on a bad team. So that's impressive too.
Hey, but guys, pay attention to one thing. Remember, Ron, he was on before the season started, and this one's a real close race. He had the NFL passer with the most yards. He had Andrew Luck at 30-1 and Mahomes at 30-1. I think Mahomes is currently now maybe just 26 yards behind Roethlisberger. And, I mean, it's a two-man race because I think Ryan's 300-something yards behind them both. So it's a two-man race, Roethlisberger or Mahomes. So Ron was kind of spot on.
He was.
Yeah.
So you need Mahomes, don't you, for that futures ticket?
I sure do. So I need but the thing is, wow. And here it is. It's going to be Oakland at Kansas City and in Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. So wow, it's going to go.
Mahomes will play the first half. So you just need him to throw for 220 yards in the first half, and I think you got a good chance because Pittsburgh should be running the ball a lot against Cincinnati if they get up early.
Well, if Oakland gives them a game, I think Mahomes has got to hang in there the whole game.
True.
Yeah,
guys,
exactly.
We'll be right back. We're going to have our NBA and any hockey picks, anything from Brian and Rick, back in just a few minutes. 3 minutes to be exact.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling?
All right, you're clear.
Customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But The Secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Are you an inventor who would like to try to have an invention or idea patented and submitted to companies, but you don't know what to do next? Call for free information from InventHelp. InventHelp, a leading inventor service company, has been helping inventors since 1984 and has sales offices located in more than 60 cities nationwide. You'll want to talk to the company that has helped secure more than 7,000 invention patents. So call InventHelp. Even if you have an idea for improving an existing product and don't know where to go with it, you'll still want to call InventHelp for free information. You'll find out how InventHelp may assist you in trying to patent your invention and submit it to companies. So call now.
Call InventHelp at 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. Get your free information by dialing 1-800-316-1738. That's 1-800-316-1738. 1-800-316-1738.
All right, folks, Fifth Street Sports. We're here for the money part of the segment. This is Talk You Can Bet On. Rick, Brian, you guys, what do we got tonight for our listeners and viewers?
Off the NBA real quick, and then we'll go to bowl games.
Okay. There's a few NBA plays that I have my eye on tonight that putting a few dollars down on. First game is game 515, Toronto over 208.5. Can't really get into. I think this Kyle Lowry's still out, but Toronto's been putting up a lot of points without him. Orlando's a high-scoring team at home. I like the over here. Game 521, Dallas plus 4.5 at New Orleans. We have two evenly matched teams. They just played a really tough game a few nights ago in New Orleans. Dallas squeaked out of their 3-point win. I think this is another game that's going to be decided by a few points. So I like getting Dallas in the points. And then I like game 530, Lakers plus 5.5 against the Clippers at home. Although it's kind of a home game for both teams, but I like. I'm going to keep playing the Lakers with LeBron out for the first few games, and for now they're very energized, good chemistry as a team. Destroyed Golden State without LeBron, and should have won last night, but lost on 3 at the buzzer. But those are my 3 NBA plays.
All right, Brian, what do you got, buddy?
I really like that Laker play. It makes a lot of sense. I'm going to flip over to college football, and I'm going to take Syracuse. The game has moved a ton, but this feels like one team who really wants to be in this game. The other one could care less. I expect Eric Dungey to have a big game with his arm and with his legs against a somewhat seemingly completely unmotivated West Virginia team. And I know you like Washington State in the late game. I actually like Iowa State, so I'm going to oppose Rick in that late game.
Okay, so folks, let's recap this real quick. From Brian, he likes Syracuse today over West Virginia, laying the 3. That game's moved 9.5 points, by the way. Rick, NBA 515, Toronto over 208.5. 521, Dallas plus 4.5, and 530, Lakers plus 5.5. Is that it, guys?
That's it.
That's about it on my end for tonight.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Great show. We appreciate you, folks. I guess we'll see you on New Year's Eve. Have a really good weekend. Good luck tonight on all of our selections. We appreciate you listening and watching us. It's Fifth Street Sports. Be careful this weekend. They start drinking early, especially here in Vegas. Have a beautiful weekend.
USA Radio News. The partial government